Let's talk about what we watched back in November. That way we
Um,
can try to forget what's happening
I
today.
watched I watched quite a few
Hmm. How many do you
things.
have?
I have one, two, three, four, five, six things.
I have 10.
Okay, so you're gonna go first.
All right. I watched a cute little indie movie by the name of Avengers Endgame.
Oh wow.
I it was like a late night. I was like, I don't want to go to bed, but it's too late to do anything.
So you decided to watch a 3 hour movie?
Yeah, well, I saw it on Disney Plus because my parents got rid of Disney Plus. And so I had like a month left before the trial ended. And I was like, you know what? When I saw Avengers Endgame, it was like snorting cocaine, right? It was like an amazing trip, the end of a 23-year long or movie long journey. Like it was amazing. So I decided to watch it again with a more critical eye. And I got to admit, it's not good. It's
Really?
fun. It's very fun,
That's
but
what
it's
it's supposed to be, though. It's
not
supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be like Citizen Kane.
exactly. That's a good point. But to me, I did not like the dialogue. And unfortunately, this movie has a lot of dialogue. Um, like the one-liners stand out to me. Like when you think about the funny moments of Endgame, it's usually like a line or two. I'm talking about the 10 lines in between those one-liners. Like they made little to no sense. Like they didn't get me to care about any of the characters. It was like explaining a lot. It's a lot of like filler. I don't know. I found it
Do you
hard.
like the movie?
I enjoyed the movie, but I don't know if I like it on its own. If that,
Okay.
like it
I
can
mean, I like the movie for what it is. I mean, it's not trying to be, it's not trying to
right
be anything crazy.
within the
But
context of the
well, I mean, it
entire
is,
thing.
but
Yeah,
it's its own thing that makes it crazy.
absolutely. I just kind of hoped for more, if that makes
Mhm.
sense, because I tried
Okay.
to watch it like, what if this was the first Marvel movie I ever watched? And it was completely
Well, then that's your own fault. Why would you
I
go to
guess
the
so.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
start a
know.
franchise. Let me watch the 25th movie in it.
Well, it's not like it's called Avengers 25. It's
No,
called
but I mean it's Avengers 4, so I mean you at least
right.
messed up there.
But there's someone out there who watched Endgame and it was the first movie in the Marvel
That's
franchise they'd ever
probably
seen.
true.
And they were probably like, "Who? Huh?" the whole time. So I don't
Um,
know. It was fun.
okay.
7
Do
out
you
of 10.
have since we're on the subject of Disney Plus, I'll talk about something I watched on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
Um, I watched
Why are you laughing?
I watched the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, and
Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was pretty
really.
fun. It was cute. Um,
I saw a
you,
commercial for it. It looked fun.
it was really cute. It was just like a little fun thing. They had their little Star Wars jokes. You had Obi-Wan Kenobi saying like "Hello there" 500 times, and it was funny every time. Um, I enjoyed it. It was like so like the whole premise of this is basically like Rey finds a magic crystal and she like time travels, but then like these people find out about like Darth Vader and the Emperor find out about the crystal, and so they chase her through time, and then it just becomes this whole thing.
Wow.
Um,
Like
it had some really fun moments. It had some cool stuff because so like it takes place after the rise of Skywalker, so like it opens with like Rey training Finn, and I thought that was actually kind of cool. I was like, that's actually really cool to see. And it made me realize I really want to see those characters again in the live action format just because I really enjoyed them and I feel like there's still a lot more stories they can tell with them.
hmm
Um, so yeah, that's my take on it. Again, it's like it's for kids because I the thing with Star Wars fans is if everything needs to be for adults, it's not. It's for kids, but it's enjoyable. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
Well, that's cute. I think the Lego spin-off franchise, they're really good at embracing the sort of the jokes and the memes behind like
Mhm.
the stuff they look at. So I think Star Wars is just it's full of stuff for them. So it looks fun. I watched X-Men Days of Future Past.
I love that movie.
I specifically picked that one out of all the X-Men movies because that one just it slaps the whole time. It's so fun.
You know what? You know what's so weird about that movie
What?
is that it was supposed to reboot the X-Men franchise so that way they could start over. And like the movies after that, I don't hate the movies after them. Like I think they're just fine. What
Uh-huh.
I'm like, the one that should have been like a train wreck, like just conceptually should have been Days of Future Past, and the rest of them should have been like at the
Yeah.
level Days of Future Past was at. But
This was
it,
ambitious.
yeah, and it worked.
It did. I think this movie deserves a lot of credit for being like, what if we did this
Mhm.
and have it work, right? Like
I
you're
kind of want to rewatch it
combining.
now that you're talking about it.
It's good. It's like combining these two worlds of the franchise and just being like, what if we put them together? And they picked a
Because I
great
always thought it was weird
story.
that they did like two separate timelines because I was like, there's no way they can make them count like magic. And then they did, and it was cool
Yeah.
seeing like the new cast with the like original cast because like
Mm.
I grew up watching those original movies and stuff, and then like I loved watching those ones. I remember when that movie came out and like seeing it in theaters, and then like that opening scene where like those mutants are walking, they got like the things on the back of their neck, and I was
It's
like,
like,
oh,
oh
this is gonna
shit.
be a good. Like I was like, okay,
Yeah. It makes me think like maybe they had that planned the whole time. They were just like, what if we
dude.
do these two
Spoilers if you
worlds?
haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, that is true.
That scene where old Professor X talks to young Professor X, that's like the I think that's
Oh.
like
The line like we need you to hope again just
oh my god. I
hits me in the
so like
chest.
if people haven't caught on, I love cheesy like stuff. Like I just love it. Like I do. Um that movie is so cheesy and
It is.
I love it.
But it knows when to not be cheesy, right? Like in the end, like okay, so this movie's about time travel, right? And you get to see a lot of the characters die multiple times. And like you said, sometimes you grow up with these characters. Like I think Iceman dies like 3 times in this movie, and it's like no,
Was this on Disney
Iceman.
Plus?
Yes,
Do they have isn't there like a cut of it where the character Rogue is in it? There I know there is. Was the character Rogue in the movie you
yes, at the
watched?
very end, yes,
At the only at the end though when okay
when
no
the
there's one where like
timeline is
she's in
reset.
there's a cut of the movie where she's like in the story where they're
Oh wow.
sending Wolverine back, she's like there
Hmm.
um and there's like an extended cut because I know there's one shot in there where you see her because they messed up and they forgot to like take her out.
Oops.
um yeah, so I'm curious to watch that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, X-Men: Days of Future Past, wild ride. Anything with Wolverine. He's such a good character. I love. He's like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm addicted to that. Anyway, 8 out of 10. Great movie.
they should add Logan to Disney Plus.
I'd
I think it'd
rebuy
fit well
Disney
with
Plus. Yeah.
you could watch back-to-back episodes of Hannah Montana, then put on Logan.
Yeah, because those two just go together so well.
Yeah.
What a palate cleanser. All right,
All right,
Frank.
you
What
go
did
again
you
because you have a ton.
Oh, that's true. Um, so at this point in time, back in November, I was still in my British comedies class,
Oh, geez.
which I got a B plus in. Thank you, everyone. Uh, and unfortunately, I had to watch a lot of British movies, one of which was A Fish Called Wanda. Have you seen this?
I've never even heard of this.
A Fish Called Wanda is one of those movies where, like, conceptually, it sounds so stupid. It's about this heist that it goes well, like the heist works, but then every member of the crew is trying to betray each other after the heist, but like
Mhm.
it doesn't work, and like they fall. It's I don't know because I love the movie. The movie is absolutely carried by the performances. It has like Jamie Lee Curtis and like that one dude from
What's this
Monty
called
Python.
again?
A Fish Called Wanda.
Okay. What's this on? Is it good?
It's fun. I enjoyed it. It's like a classic movie. Like it's not gonna kick your ass like a Marvel movie. Like you won't be entertained the whole
Okay.
time, but um I think Kevin Kline is in it. He does a fantastic job. But like the whole movie is very like Britain versus America, because like half the crew is American, half the crew is British, and because it's a comedy, they sort of play on that. I can't sell this movie well. It's kind of hard to like say, oh, it's a fantastic job about a heist movie gone wrong, like, but it's still fun. I liked
Mhm.
it. I just, I wouldn't go into it expecting a roller coaster.
Okay.
And a dude eats
Um,
live fish, which is fucked up.
wait, what?
There's a scene in the movie where this guy eats live fish out of a fish tank because he's trying to
Okay.
he's trying to interrogate this guy who loves fish. So this guy's tied up, and the other guy's like, "Well, you better tell me the information, or I'm gonna eat your fish."
That's kind of funny.
And he eats the fish called Wanda. Spoilers.
How many more do you have on your list? I
One, two,
have
three, four, five, six,
5.
7 things left.
Go one more time.
One more time for Duncan. I watched a TV show called The Tick. Have you heard of that?
I watched, I think, the first 3 episodes
The Tick,
way back when it first came out.
yeah. I watched the entire thing. It has 2 seasons. It's the way I planned on describing it to you was a mix. It's like The Boys if it was a CW show. If that makes sense.
Oh, I kind of want to like go back and watch it now that I'm thinking about it because I do remember enjoying it. I think at that time I didn't have Prime. I just had like you know what it was? I didn't have Prime at the time, but they let you watch the first episode for free if you didn't have Prime.
Oh yeah.
So I only seen the first episode, but I thought I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Yeah.
It's I think this came before The Boys, and you can sort of see like the influence there. I don't know if it came before the comics,
Hmm.
but it's about like this normal guy who has like I think his dad gets killed.
Wasn't it? It was a series before, and then they rebooted it now.
I think that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about like this guy whose family member gets killed by like a supervillain collateral damage thing, and then he's vowing to catch this guy. And the Tick is this giant blue bulletproof stupid guy who just is dressed like a big blue bug, and
So I actually think the guy that plays the Tick's sidekick in the show that like he becomes the Tick's sidekick.
Mhm.
I think he had a cameo in Crisis on Infinite Earths just because you brought up the
Did he
CW thing.
really?
He did, yeah.
Wow, that's kind of cool because the bummer about the Tick is that it got canceled prematurely,
Mhm.
so it ends on a cliffhanger. Or not a cliffhanger, but it ends being like, I can't wait to see what we're gonna do next, and then it's just no more of it.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I think what this show does really well is it has its character dynamics down expertly, because right, the Tick is super strong and dumb as shit, and the main character is really really smart but like not strong at all, and
Mhm.
those two complement each other so well. So like anything that
Yeah.
happens, they're able to play off each other and heighten the comedy, make the story evolve. It's fun, but it's very cheesy the whole time. Like one-liners, bad explosions in the background. Like if you like cheese, you'll enjoy the Tick.
Yeah. I watched season 4 of a show. I watched season 4 of Rick and Morty.
Rick
And
and
I
Morty.
forgot how much I love this show until the new season comes out. I think I feel like sometimes I feel like I want to distance myself just because of the Szechuan sauce fans.
Yeah, what a cultural moment.
But this show's really good. The best episode to me was have you seen the newest season of Rick
I
and
think I've
Morty?
seen all of it. Yeah.
My favorite episode of this season, I made a note of it just because I enjoyed it so much, was the vat of acid episode.
That's
I
a
thought that was
controversial one.
the most ridiculous. You remember it?
I do, yeah.
I think that was like the most ridiculous episode of television I've ever seen, and I enjoyed every second of it.
it's really clear that the writers of that show are trying to do something new and like sort of
Yeah.
off the books. Because like there's no other TV show that could get away with an episode like the Vat of Acid episode.
Yeah.
Like
I
even
thought
if
it
they
was a good
tried.
season. I'm excited for future seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
I
think it's
think
a good show, and
yeah,
it's got some good life ahead of it.
absolutely. I wanted to ask you about this ever since you said Rick and Morty. I know season 2 and 3 was a little bit more plot driven, where like there was sort of an overarching sort of like
Mhm.
mission, sort of like subtext. But I think episode or season 4 is very determined to be or have its episodes be standalone stories.
I
There's
felt
no
that
like
too. It
Mhm.
still does have elements of that overall story, like with
Yeah,
character arcs and stuff. But no, it definitely felt like a more standalone season.
yeah. Do you
Um,
prefer that?
I like the mix. I really like the mix of it. I like having like a season where there's, a full story, and then a season where they're just off doing stuff.
For me, I really like character growth and like being able to like go back to the beginning of a show,
Mhm.
watch characters grow. So for me, I really do like the sort of like point A to point B kind of story. But I think you're right. You do need to like insert sort of like standalone
Well,
episodes.
I feel like within those standalone episodes, they're setting up larger arcs to explore in the future, which I enjoy too.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
they've done in the past before, so I'm sure we'll see it.
But I think they even have an episode in season 4 where they're on the train where they sort of like joke about how they're never going to do like a story anymore.
Uh-huh.
They're like, yeah, we set up expectations, then we're just not going to do it. And like I thought that was a great episode, but when it ended, I was like, are they for real? Are they actually
That's
not
the
going
fun of
to?
the show.
Exactly, yeah.
Um, is that all? Or that was mine, so now you go. I'm so
All right.
stupid.
You're not stupid, Franks.
Yeah, I am.
You're beautiful.
No, I'm
I
not.
watched Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, the greatest action movie of the past 10 years.
I gotta say, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I will
Was your first
also
time watching it?
first time, yeah.
Can I spoil it?
I've seen it, but yes.
Well, for our audience, do you think
Oh,
it's
I
fair
see.
for
Yeah,
me?
spoilers. Go ahead.
All right, spoiler alert. What did you think when that big red hook just freaking Henry Cavill right in the head? Boink. What'd you think?
It was a little bit of an unceremonious character death, but it's
You enjoyed it.
it's very action movie sort of like
Yeah.
bad guy got the
That movie does the one of my favorite things a movie can do. It does the IMAX effect thing where like the aspect
yes.
ratio
The
like goes
ratio
full screen.
changes.
I love that. I think more movies need to do that.
Especially for like big moments like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this movie was a very high octane sort of like roller coaster of a film.
Octane.
I think it suffers a little bit, as I think most movies
It
do
doesn't. It's perfect.
when they're the 7th film in a franchise.
No, dude, it's literally.
I
think
haven't
that is
even
a
said it yet.
perfect movie. It's
I
because I know you're wrong, dude. They added bongos to the theme song. They made the iconic theme song sound more iconic because they added bongos.
Bongos don't make anything more iconic.
Oh my god, you're telling me listen to that theme song. Listen, I listen to that when I freaking read a book and I just hear those on the bongos.
Okay, but like here's my point. This movie does little to no character work.
Oh my god, are you serious?
I am.
Oh my god, you watch it again. You missed it. You missed it.
The one character
Little to
in this
know
entire franchise.
Ethan
It's
Hunt's
Tom
wife.
Cruise.
That's like that's his whole story.
Oh yeah,
And
his
you
wife.
learn
What's
why
his
he had
wife's
to
name?
leave her.
What's his
and
wife's
why
name?
that emotionally damaged him.
Tell me what his wife's name is.
Mrs. Hunt.
Can you tell me one character like behavior
Simon
she has?
Pegg, Ethan Hunt, Luther. I know Luther.
But what do they do?
Duncan. Oh my god, you did not watch the movie.
I watched the movie. I did. And
No,
let
you
me tell
didn't.
you, those people just they stand there and they do things.
Henry Cavill, Agent Walker, that was his name.
Okay, I can't wait to see him in another movie. Oh wait, he's gone.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just saying, like, this movie needs to do, or this franchise needs to put a little bit more work into making these characters stand
You know what you
out.
need to do? You need to watch the behind the scenes for this movie. I'm not even kidding you, because they literally, I might be hurting my case when I say this,
No, go
but
on.
they didn't have a script while they were shooting. Like, they were writing the script as they went along, and it's pretty good.
Okay,
And then you learn that, and you're like, okay, that's actually a really great movie.
yeah, okay. Making any movie without a script is very hard to do, and the fact that it turned out as well as it did, that's good. But my favorite moment in this movie is when Ethan is like, he knocks the people out of the helicopter, and then he's like, oh my God, I don't know how to fly a fucking helicopter. And he's like talking to himself as he's like pressing buttons and pulling the thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that was such a great character moment because for the first time, like, I felt like I could relate to him because he's like in an unfamiliar situation, right? It's like the stakes are high. He's got like another helicopter shooting at him. He doesn't know how to fly it. I was like, great. I would love a whole movie of this.
Literally, he has a big character moment right in the beginning when he has to choose if he's going to let his friends die or if he's
Uh-huh.
going to get the plutonium. And he chooses to save his friends. He loses the plutonium. So now the world is in danger, and it's
Mm-hmm.
all his fault because of the choice he made. And
Yeah.
now he has to go and
Look, I'm not arguing that Ethan Hunt is a character in this movie,
oh my
but I'm
God.
saying
Oh
he's the
my
only
God.
character.
Oh my God.
Everyone else is just like someone to stand behind him. This
No.
franchise rotates its cast so much
The
that
Who?
this franchise will rotate its main cast so much that
They
like,
got to make it fresh. They got to keep it fresh.
but people just show up and leave and there's no
Rebecca Ferguson's
change.
character, she was great in the movie. She had a
She,
good arc.
yeah, she was fine, but
She
like,
had a good. Oh my God, Duncan, you did not watch this movie, or you were not paying attention. You were like, "Oh, I want to see Tom Cruise jump out of a helicopter."
I enjoyed this movie. I'm just saying, like, I wish the characters did more, and I wish the movie.
Oh my God, you did not watch the movie. You
Wow,
wish
I'm
they
sorry, I
did
really struck a nerve
more.
with this one.
I am offended.
Offended.
Yeah, you're canceled.
All right, what's your next movie?
That movie is no. I'm not. I'm not done yet.
You're not done?
That movie is literally perfect, and you're here.
Look, I
Oh,
enjoyed it. It's a great movie. Like, I really liked it.
yeah, but okay. The characters had arcs though, and you're denying that.
Luther. Let's talk about Luther. What arc did he
Luther,
go through?
can I go on Google for half a second?
Yes, yes, you can.
Actually, I don't need to. Luther is a loyal friend.
Yes.
First of all, every movie has to have B and C characters to support the main character.
Yes, entirely.
And a lot of the B characters in this movie did have arcs. Now, every character in every movie is going to have an arc. Ant-Man's daughter doesn't have an arc. That doesn't mean Ant-Man's not a good movie, because Paul Rudd has the arc and the daughter helps support that arc. Now, I'm speaking in Ant-Man because I know that's the language you speak, okay?
How dare you? Anyway, go on.
So, Luther is one of the friends. So Luther is a MacGuffin of this. He helps the story go along, right? Because he's gonna die, and Ethan has to choose Luther or the plutonium, and he says, "Gosh darn it, I'm choosing Luther." So he saves Luther.
Okay.
Alrighty. Then all these events occur. Blah blah blah. Airplanes, fighting, punch punch punch. We love it. Tom Cruise, his wife is a big part of the character. Again, she's a big character. The wife doesn't actually, you know what? The wife kind of has an arc. Not really though. You know what? I'll play into your little thing, okay? The wife, quote unquote, doesn't have an arc, even though she does. But you know what she does? She helps support Tom Cruise's arc and show that at the end of the day, he can't sit by and watch bad things happen to the world.
Yeah, I think every character feeds into Tom Cruise's character. which is fine. I'm just saying this franchise.
But then
after
Rebecca
7
Ferguson's character,
movies-
Tom Cruise feeds into her character and gives her an arc. He also feeds into his wife's character. He gives the wife's character an arc, and she's only on screen for like
You're not
15 minutes.
naming any of these characters. I heard Luther, but
Yeah,
all
I
the other characters are not strong enough for you to remember their names.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Duncan,
Simon
do you know how many
Pegg
movies
is
I
just
watch?
there. Simon Pegg's just there to like make jokes, and at the end,
I
he
don't
fights the
memorize.
side
What's a
villain.
movie you like? What's a movie you like?
I like AntMan.
AntMan. Okay, what's the name of Judy Greer's new husband?
Paul.
The character's name.
His name
The
is
character's
Paul.
name?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It is. It's Paul.
Actually, I have no idea.
Why'd you pick it?
What's the name of Ant-Man's daughter?
Cassie.
Cynthia.
It's Kathy.
Oh, right.
I love this movie, man.
What's the name of Michelle Pfeiffer's character in the Ant-Man franchise? Oh, I'm sorry. Does that mean she's a bad character because you don't remember her name?
Her character didn't do much. She got rescued. That's it.
It's Diane, I think.
You don't know the answer. You can't quiz me.
No, I don't know the answer. That's what I'm trying to say. I watch so many movies. I can't remember the every character.
But how many Ant-Man movies are there?
2.
How many of this whole Mission Impossible franchise are there?
Okay, that's not fair though, because again, like you said, they rotate the cast. So I know Ethan Hunt because Ethan Hunt is in every movie.
Mm-hmm.
Luther's not in every movie, but I know Luther because he's been in a substantial amount of them.
What name one?
I don't know the name of Jeremy Renner's character. He was in one movie. So why would I care about, like, why would I know that name, you know?
I guess, but I would just say that this franchise would be better for me if these characters had like a sort of a link connecting all of the movies together.
Oh my gosh. Isn't the impossible missions what links these movies all together?
That's true. Maybe I shouldn't be expecting great character work in movies about.
Oh my God, there is great character work. That's
not
it.
if your
That's
name
it.
isn't
We're done.
Ethan Hunt.
We're done. Duncan watched a movie. He didn't understand it. It's okay. It happens. I thought Citizen Kane was okay. You know, it happens.
Name other characters besides Citizen Kane. You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What's
Rosebud? What? You know, while we're talking on the thrillers, I got to take a sip of this.
Take a sippy of your H2O. My.
Today's episode of the Mr. Movies Podcast is brought to you by H2O.
Water. Try it. You need it.
I watched. I finished my goal.
Oh.
Which was to watch all the James Bond movies, not all of them, just the Daniel Craig ones.
Oh.
So I watched Spectre, and I thought this was a great movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know Dave Bautista was in this. Dave Bautista, oh my God! There's a scene where he like grabs someone's head and he like slams it into a table, and then he grabs his face and just digs his fingers right in his eyes, and
Yeah.
oh my God. And there's a car scene after that. And I was like, Dave Bautista.
He's pretty great in that movie. Yeah.
He's pretty awesome. I like that guy. It was a fun movie. You know, I can't wait for No Time to Die. Like, I can't wait.
If it ever comes out. Who knows?
I don't know. Netflix was thinking about buying it.
James Bond's greatest villain has been COVID-19.
19. That's all I have to say on the movie. I enjoyed it. It's good. It's well directed, well shot. It's beautiful.
What did you think of the villain?
Okay, so this was November, and like I said, I watch a lot of movies. Can you refresh my mind?
I think that's what's his name? Christoph Waltz?
Yes. Oh my God. Oh, I almost threw up. First of all, great villain, okay? And I feel terrible not remembering. Great
There's
villain.
a lot
that
of
scene where he's in the chair and the little drills.
Oh yeah.
So the thing is too, I watched like all these movies almost like back to back. So in a way that's kind of bad because they almost all mesh at that point. So I was
It's
thinking the
one big
villain was
story. Yeah.
the guy with the face, you know, because he bit the cyanide. Did you like my impression there?
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you. Um, yeah, I thought Christoph Waltz. You know, I didn't like that they tried to make him like like, oh, he was behind everything.
Yeah, that's always sort of a cheap.
Yeah, I felt like that was a little cheap, but
Yeah.
they did it. Let me tell you, that scene with the chair, you sold me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That's a
my,
good one.
could you imagine? Oh,
Oh man.
who has to clean that up? All right, what'd you watch?
Whew. I watched Pride and Prejudice.
I don't know what that is.
Pride and Prejudice is one of those like Victorian movies about a it's okay, it has Keira Knightley in it, and I gotta say, woof. She looks fantastic this whole movie.
Oh my god, I don't think that's okay to say.
I think she looked great, and she gave a very dynamic and powerful performance. This movie is about a family who's trying to marry off all their daughters.
Okay.
All of the daughters are pretty sold on the I'm gonna marry like a rich guy and then just be fine, whatever. Except for Keira Knightley's character, who's like, I want to marry out of love because that counts as rebelling in these times. And she meets this dude named Lord Darcy, and he's also like an emo, edgy like version of nobility those days. He's got like the hair swoop. He doesn't dance. He's like, yeah, I hate parties. And she's like, I love you. And it's I don't know. I can't sell this movie. It doesn't sound interesting or fun, but following this character try to rebel against the standards of society, it's interesting and fun.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go again? I feel like you should go again.
I can absolutely.
I feel like you
again.
didn't sell me on that.
I I watched a documentary, but you have to promise not to laugh at me.
Okay.
It's called My Octopus Teacher, and it's about a guy who goes diving and he meets an octopus.
Mm-hmm.
I can see you rolling your eyes, and let me tell you, well,
what platform was this on?
This was on Netflix.
Okay.
This film is.
Can I just point something out to our audience? This is the kind of movies that Duncan watches, and then he goes and trashes Mission Impossible Fallout. Okay, that's all. Look, that's all. I just wanted to say.
Believe me, I'm not gonna hype up this movie because personally, not a fan. This movie is a documentary. Okay, it's always a bad sign when a documentary is about the guy who made it. Like, I just want to say, they're always very self-entitled, very self-congratulatory. This is about a guy who's just like, I was aimless in my life. I didn't have much to do, so I took up diving, and I dove in the same coral reef the same
Does he fall in love with the octopus?
There's sexual tension between this guy and an octopus. And personally, I wouldn't have done it like that. But this guy...
I was going to say, I feel like he had to get intimate with the octopus for the movie.
It's really weird because, like, you know, it's a very stereotypical, like, he shows up, the octopus, like, runs away. He shows up again the next day.
A real world version of The Shape of Water.
Yeah. Interesting, because kind of. He shows up every day. The octopus gets more friendly. They swim around for a month, but then the sharks come, and the octopus has to hide. And like the sharks show up, and they leave. Then the octopus comes out, and they swim around again. And he's like, the octopus and I were getting very close, and my whole family was like, how close? And then the sharks come back, and then the sharks catch the octopus, and they tear her leg off, but she's able to escape. And the diver's like, I couldn't do anything because I was a simple, humble observer and I could not interact with life. And it's like, shut the fuck up. If you swim with an octopus every day for 6 months, that's your friend. And if your friend is getting torn apart by reef sharks, you intervene. Anyway, this movie's about a guy who wants to fuck an octopus. So if you want to watch that just as a case study, I recommend it. It's fucking weird.
Can I take a break to do a quick promotional
Sure, yeah.
thing? I was gonna tell you this off of air, but you know what? Let's let the people know, damn it.
Sure. What do you got in mind?
I watched your Kunken Dassner moment from every video, and I was
Oh my
honored I made it.
Of
I just
course
want
you
the
did.
people I just want the people to know that if you haven't checked out Duncan's YouTube channel, Kunken Dassner, I don't know why I plug it on this channel because he has like way more subscribers on that one than we do. But if you don't know, check it out. It's a fun time, damn it.
You are my biggest fan, and I appreciate that.
I am. I feel like I was like your second or third subscriber. I feel like someone
You
beat
were,
me.
yeah. You inspired me to
Yeah,
make
I was
my
upset.
YouTube channel.
Did I?
You did.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm the brains behind the Kunken Dassner operation, but then
You
again,
can
I'm
say that
not
if you
not
want. No,
saying that.
when we met, you were just like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and you were uploading, I think, pretty consistently on it at the time. And I was just like,
I was not uploading consistently.
well, you had like recent videos, I meant. And
Yeah.
when I saw that and I looked you up, and I was just like, here's a guy who's just doing his own independent projects and putting them out there. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then for 2 years I didn't act on that. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna follow Frank's footsteps. And so
That's
I
too
owe
kind,
everything
and
to
I feel like
you.
you're lying.
No, I'm not. I legitimately owe that inspiration
Oh my
to you.
god.
Also,
This is
you
getting too nice. I watched Hoobie Halloween.
Hootie Halloween. Oh my
It was getting
god.
too like nice for me. I was like, okay, I just wanted to support the man. Oh my god.
All right, tell us all about Hoobie.
Hoobie Halloween. Not gonna lie, I freaking loved this movie.
Really?
I thought it was hilarious. Ray Liotta's in it.
No.
Mr. Goodfella.
Is he really?
He's in it. First of all, they have this gag in this movie where all the old people wear shirts that are wildly inappropriate, and I thought it was hilarious. Like this is a movie where you definitely just turn your brain off and you enjoy it. I'm gonna spoil a gag right in the first 5 minutes. There's a scene where like I almost said Adam Driver, Adam Sandler is driving his like scooter around town. And he has this joke where he has this thermos, and there's another joke where like people are throwing stuff at him. So people are throwing stuff at him, and they throw eggs at him, and he catches them in his thermos, and then he shakes his thermos and drinks it, and then he just goes like this, and he just pukes, and it's so funny the way they do it. I watched this with my mom and dad, and we were like dying laughing. Like we thought it was just a fun movie.
What
to turn
is
your
this
brain off.
movie about?
Dude, I can't even tell you. It's just jokes. It's just jokes, and then it's like about a town that hates Hoobie. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Is it about old people on Halloween?
It's about love, Duncan. It's about finding love.
Don't do that. Don't. Because like obviously I heard about this movie.
Hoobie Halloween is to comedies to what Mission Impossible Fallout is to action movies.
I can't believe you just said that.
No, it's a good movie. It's fun, and check it out.
All right.
Around Halloween. Wait for
Frank
Halloween.
signs off on Hoobie Halloween.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. You know, Adam Sandler. You know what I really like about Adam Sandler, and I really appreciate about this guy. This is a guy who like, oh my god, he did Hollywood right. Okay, I'm gonna like, I don't make that. No, I'm dead serious. He's just a dude where you can tell there's no like
thought.
What? No, I'm not saying cockiness. You know what I'm trying to say? There's no
ego.
There's no ego. That's the word I was trying to think of. There's no ego with his film. He just wants to make movies with his friends, like dumb, fun stuff with his friends.
Yeah,
like he's making the Mr. Movies podcast on a big budget. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just that thing of like he doesn't care if the movies make. He just wants to make something with his friends.
Yeah, when you put it that way, it
And
does
I
sort of
I
seem
appreciate
like,
the hell out of that.
I don't know. I just wouldn't you want to make good movies with your
Oh
friends?
my gosh, Duncan, don't freaking kick the man.
Sorry.
I took a tour at Sony Studios like a
Hmm.
few years back, and we went by Adam Sandler's office, and the tour guy said like he's one of the nicest people ever. And one time he was on his lunch break and he was bored and wanted to play basketball with people. So he hijacked the tour and made all the people play basketball with him. And I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Like that
that's
can
pretty
you
cool.
imagine going on a tour and then it ends with you playing basketball with Adam Sandler?
I no, I would not expect that to happen. So yeah, that's cool. He seems like a nice guy.
I've heard he's a really nice guy. Um, your turn. How many do you have left? I have two, but one of them I'm not going to talk about.
Oh, okay. I have three left.
Okay.
I watched a really weird movie. I watched I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Have you heard of that?
Oh, I heard of it, but I never checked it out.
This movie is weird as fuck. The whole time you know something's wrong. Because the first half an hour of this movie takes place in a car. It's about this couple who's it's a very like new early couple, like a month in.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the woman's narration, so like her thoughts, and she's thinking a lot about how this is like a nice guy, but she doesn't see this going like super far, and they're driving out to meet his parents at this farm, and it's like pretty simple concept, but then she starts looking at the camera, like for very briefly she'll start like glancing at the camera and then looking away, and then she'll do it again,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll be thinking about something, and then the boyfriend will be like, what are you thinking about, and like interrupt it, and then you get to the house and there's like claw marks on the door, and like they walk by the farm and there's like a bunch of dead animals in the farm, and you're like, what's happening, like something's wrong. And then when they're in the house, the family starts aging differently between the scenes. So like in one scene, the mom is like super like middle aged, and then in the next scene, she's like young and like wearing 1940s clothes. And then in the next scene, she's like bedridden with like white hair and like wrinkles. So the movie's playing around with like time really weirdly. And the main character does not have a name. Like they call her a different name every single time. And she
Mm-hmm.
keeps getting phone calls from people with that name. Like every time her name changes, like they'll call her like Laura, and then she'll answer to Laura, and then she'll get a phone call and it says Laura, and she'll hang up. And you're like, what the fuck is happening? And then,
Yeah.
can I spoil this movie? Do you care if it gets spoiled? I won't spoil the whole thing because I want you to,
Okay, yeah.
but the whole story is sort of being constructed in real time by one of the characters. It's very like unreliable narrator kind of thing.
Okay.
So at the end of the movie, the sort of like the twist that happens is you learn that it's a story.
I just watched a movie that's kind of like that the other night. I'll talk about it in January episode.
Tune in next time. That's called a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's called a
Anyway,
setup. Then we're gonna get the
the punchline, the
payoff.
payoff. Anyway,
Um,
I'm Thinking of Ending Things is a very, it feels very experimental, but in the best way. Like you can tell they're like really trying to make you think. And I think it's fun to watch a movie like that from time to time.
well, thank you for I liked the way you worded that.
No,
Um,
thank you, Frank.
oh my God. I have a question for you about
Yeah.
the future schedule of the Mr. Movies
Oh,
podcast.
sure. Yeah, hit me.
Do we plan on doing, because I know like last year, we're almost coming up on when did we start this little
I
thing?
think February.
Okay.
It's almost the one
Man,
year.
we started this like right before the pandemic. We actually probably picked one of the worst times. Um, dude, I miss doing this in person.
Me too.
It was so fun.
It was so fun to just sit down in front of the table,
We would
put the
like
mic
get
in the
food.
middle.
We would like order
Oh,
food, and then we'd do this every week. It was so fun.
I miss that.
Oh, I miss Chicago.
I miss you.
Oh, I miss Chicago more. No,
That's fair. Oh
no,
man,
I can't believe
do you remember?
it's almost a year since we've seen each other in person, and I'm like thinking about that. I'm like, that's so weird. Like on one hand, it feels like it was yesterday, and at the same time,
Right.
it feels like it's been like a million years.
Because every day has been the same. It just
I
feels like
know.
nothing. But
Oh
God, an
man,
entire year. We're 1 year older. I remember when you left my apartment, you were like, "This could be the last time I see this apartment." And now you're not even gonna see my new apartment. Like
I
it's just
know.
we just skipped
Your
like this
apartment. Oh
chunk of
my
our
gosh, those
lives.
hallways that looked like the Titanic, and I said,
I hate that
imagine like
building. I
one of these
can't wait
days
to move
water
out.
flows through here. And you said, why would you say that?
Oh man, I miss you, buddy. It's been a
All
rough
right, so I have a question about the future of the schedule.
Sure.
Getting back, since 2020 was a rough year for movies, I know last year we did our top 10 of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still want to do a top 10 of 2020? Do you want to like do like a top 5 or something? Like,
If we do a top anything, I think it has to be a top 5 because
okay,
not a lot of
so
movies.
probably be a shorter episode, but I'd be down to do that because I think I have 5. I was gonna say, I don't know that I have enough to warrant a 10, but I
Yeah,
can do 5.
let's absolutely do a top 5.
So one of this movies I'm not gonna talk about it too much because spoiler alert, it's gonna be in my top 5.
Ooh.
Probably. If not, sorry. I guess I'm not talking about it. But I think it probably will best. Still have to watch like Soul and stuff, and like I've heard that one's really
Can't wait
good.
to talk about Soul. I watched it in December.
I have to watch that one with Riz Ahmed on Amazon, The Sound of Metal too. I heard that one's really good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I watched a Hulu movie, so a little preview for our top 5, called, oh my God, I just spit everywhere. I'm spreading the disease, Duncan. I watched a movie on Hulu called Run.
Oh, I've seen
With
commercials
Sarah
for it.
Paulson's in it.
With the wheelchair?
Dude.
Oh no.
This movie is awesome. I literally, not spoiling anything.
Sure.
Anytime I've seen a box of pills or anything, or like even Advil, I've made a joke like about from them, like just because it's
Yeah. Are you like, haha, mom, don't poison me?
yeah. Dude, there's a scene in this, like this movie is edited so well, like,
Yeah.
and I usually don't say that about movie, like I usually, to me, the editing is like hidden, which is bad because like you're an editor, like,
Well, no, good editing is usually not noticed.
yeah. And this one, it is hidden, but like I just because I'm into film, like I noticed how good it was and like the sound design.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I think the movie's predictable. Like I think there's definitely predictable aspect to it, but like it was just the buildup of feeling your heart and your chest. Like I would have loved to see this in a theater. And dude, there's a line in this movie. I can't spoil it or say where it is because it'll spoil the movie. Where someone answers a question from the movie and your heart just stops and you're like, oh
Man, I can't wait to watch it.
It's great. Do you have Hulu?
I do have Hulu now.
You do? Oh my, watch Ron.
We dropped Disney and got Hulu, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll make
Take that, Disney.
Yeah.
Even though you own Hulu.
That's right. I forgot for a minute that Disney didn't own everything.
Yeah.
So do you have one movie left or 2?
I have one movie left.
Okay. I've got 2, so let me just
It's by an up and coming director. So do.
It's gonna be a joke. I watched Shaun of the Dead. Have you
How is
seen
this
that?
movie? I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Shaun of the Dead is, I think, the best zombie movie I've ever seen. Because
I disagree, and I haven't even seen it.
You haven't seen it. You can't make those claims.
Oh, can I just say there's a zombie movie coming out that I'm really looking forward to?
Oh, what's it called?
Army of the Dead.
Clever.
It's a Zack Snyder movie, but it's like It's a heist movie with zombies. Have you seen the one he did, Dawn
A
of the
heist
Dead?
movie with zombies. Pick
Have you
a
seen Dawn of the
genre.
Dead? The one he did, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I saw Dawn of the Dead.
What do you think? I think that's the best zombie movie ever made. That's why I disagreed.
It's pretty good. It's fine.
You know, I don't even know if I can trust you after Mission Impossible Fallout.
Stop bringing that up. Shaun of the Dead is a very intimate story that just uses the zombie framework to boost its message, because it's about a guy, and at the beginning of the movie he's the zombie, like not literally, but like his life is going nowhere, like he lives like a slob, he's like he doesn't take care of himself, he looks dead, and he's like losing his friends and family, and then when the zombie apocalypse hits, he becomes alive, and he has to be the one to step up and take care of everyone else. And I think that's just the best framework for a character. It's also funny as hell. It has Simon Pegg in it. He's great. The movie
I love Simon Pegg. He was great in Mission Impossible Fallout.
God, you gotta stop. This movie is about this guy trying to get his whole group
Loved his arc.
to go to the pub and just drink out the apocalypse. And he doesn't tell them that because they wouldn't want to go to a pub. But he doesn't, he's just like, I know somewhere safe, let's go. And then he just leads them, like, spoiler alert,
like
a
me
lot of
during
them die.
Rona.
Exactly.
Except don't go to pubs because you'll get the Rona.
Don't go to the pubs, everybody. You'll catch the coughing.
And wear your mask. Is that all you had to say?
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead's a great, fun, super awesome, fun fucking movie.
Oh, watch the language.
What did you watch, Frank?
I watched this indie film from this up and coming director. I have to look up his name real quick.
I know it's a joke. I can see you laughing.
Chris Nolan.
Oh my god.
I thought that was really funny.
It is. It's funny. I just whatever. What'd you watch?
Have you seen the movie The Prestige?
No, but I've heard about it.
Oh my god.
It's
awesome.
Magician movie, right?
It's really good. So it's Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, and they're both
Wolverine
like rival.
And Batman?
They're both rival magicians.
Wow.
And like they're trying to. No, it actually is.
Okay.
Because they're both like they're trying to find the next great trick, but they go to each other's shows in like disguises, and then
the greatest trick of all.
For an audience member, they go up and they sabotage each other's shows. And like it's a period piece, and I liked it. Okay, that's how you know it's a good movie, because I do not like period pieces.
Right.
I thought this movie it was so fun to watch, and I love the way they sabotaged each other and like the lengths they went to just to have the better show. It speaks a lot about our current society. No, it is. It's really good, and it's a fun watch, and it's well made, and it's got a fun little twist. So I enjoyed it.
You know what? I usually don't jump into a Christopher Nolan movie willingly, but if you highly recommend this, I will watch it.
I like some good Chrissy Chris.
Yeah, he's fine. You know.
Mr. Movie. He is Mr. Movie.
No, don't claim that. All right, well, you can enjoy your fucking special, well-arced movie. I'll tell you what movie I liked most. Happiest Season, the lesbian Christmas movie.
Dude, this is in my December list.
Is it really? This movie's cheesy. It's like a Christmas Hallmark movie. But god damn it, I loved it the whole time.
It's so well done.
It's really fun. I loved like all the character work. Like it feels so real. Like,
which had more character work? Happiest Season or Mission Impossible
Happiest Season had better character work. And you know, this movie, it does sort of rely on the trope of like, I'm not out to my parents, that like it's sort of like a crutch in
I
these
thought they did it
stories.
in a good way.
They did. I thought they were able to expand on it, and they didn't lean too heavily on it, and it paid off really well.
Mm-hmm.
I watched this movie twice.
Oh wow!
I could not
I
get
really
enough of
liked
this
it. I
movie.
loved it.
High
So
recommendation.
we're
I'm gonna
ending
watch it
this
every
one
year.
on a good note. Watch
Yeah.
Happiest season
Happiest season will
on
make you happy.
Hulu. Now streaming
There you go. Well, that's November.
around this season. That's November. November was a month, and I'm excited for our December one because I have some good stuff. I watched a lot of great stuff in December, and I can't wait to talk about it.
You know what? Me neither.
If you guys enjoyed this episode, click that little thumb.
Give it a
Give
big
us
old
the
hand.
like. Give us the dislike. It's engagement, so it doesn't matter.
Hey everyone, dislike our video.
Dislike this video.
Don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe.
Also, yo, bro, if you liked what you saw, smash that subscribe button. What are you doing? And tickle that bell notification. That way you get notified of the next one.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We're probably not going to put anything else for 3 more months because we're terrible people.
Subscribe for more epic pranks.
First of all, can I just say, can I make a note to our subscribers?
Yeah, of
Can
course.
I want them to know.
Mhm.
Duncan texts me a lot to make these podcasts, and my life is just trash. So it's usually me who's like, I can't, and I feel bad.
It's not your fault at all.
Because I always have an excuse, and I always feel like this is a terrible excuse, but it's true. Like
they're all very good excuses. We have busy lives.
Yeah, the last year was tragic, and hopefully this year will. What do you want our 2021? How many episodes? We're not gonna do weekly. We're just not. It's not gonna happen. I'd love to.
I want to do at least 3 episodes on the Mystery Movies podcast.
At least 3, and this is one of them. So 2 more.
Only 2 more.
No, I think we need to get to the 100th episode. I want that.
100. Wow.
We need to do at least 100 episodes in a movie.
And a movie? You want us to be in a movie?
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like we can make that happen. 2021 is going to be our year. Knock on wood.
Here's a plot of the Mystery Movies podcast. It's about us. We start this podcast, but then we have a big fight. We go our separate ways to find ourselves. And Duncan goes diving into Lake Michigan where he meets a dolphin that he falls in love with.
I have a feeling I know what our fight's gonna be about.
And
it's gonna be about Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible Fallout. And the movie, and it'll be like the Frank and Duncan fallout over Mission Impossible.
Oh wow, clever.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned, viewers, for the 2021 movie we're definitely gonna make.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna shoot it during the pandemic, like Michael Bay.
And no one's gonna get sick.
Yes. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. We love you. Have a safe and healthy 2021. And see ya next time.
Bye-bye, folks.
Bye.